Good morning. So today we're going to talk about surface area of figures. Surface area is the outside part of an object. Okay. Basically like how much is the earth taking up space type thing. The surface area is how much is on the outside of the earth, of planet Earth. Not the inside of it, but what's on the outside. Okay, so we have a lot of different surface area formulas and a lot of different ways to find surface area. So the first thing that we're going to look at is a rectangle prism or a cube, a rectangle cube. Okay, so would be a picture of a rectangle prism or a cube. And so you've got a length, a width, and now you've got a height because you've got a 3D object. Okay, so the surface area is going to be each surface that we're going to have to find. So it's going to be 2 times your length times your width. Okay, because you have, here's one of your lengths and widths, and then up here would be a length and width. It's kind of hard to determine that. Okay. Then it's going to be 2 times your length times height. Okay, so your length times your height is going to be this surface here, and that back surface right there would be your length and your height. Okay, and then so you've got then 2 times your height times your width. Okay, and that's going to be these side surfaces back here. Okay, so that is the formula. I will allow your formula sheet on your final exam, so don't have to worry about memorizing all of these formulas. Okay, all right, let's do an example. Okay, so let's find the surface area of this figure. So, I need to find my length times my width. So my surface area is going to be 2 times my length times my width plus 2 times my length times my height plus 2 times your width times your height. Okay, in this case we got our length, we labeled that our width, and then that would be our height. Okay, so 2 times 16 times 5, so that's 160, plus 100, plus 320. So that'd be 580. And we're still looking at area, so it's still going to be in squared units. So it'll be in centimeters squared. Okay, so let's look at the surface area of all other prisms. So something that is not in the shape of a rectangle. So this is all other. Okay, so all other prisms, we're going to have to find the perimeter of the base. So that shaded region down there, we're going to have to find the perimeter of the base. So that's called the lateral area. Okay, is your H times your P. your h is going to be equal to the height between bases. Your P will be the perimeter of the base. Okay, so we're going to have to find that, and then we're also going to have to find the area of the base. Okay, so the area of the base, we're going to actually be calling that B. Okay, so the surface area is going to be HP plus 2 times the area of the base. Okay? All right, let's do an example. All right, here you go. So let's find the surface area here. So I've got basically a triangle here. So my height here is going to be 16. Okay. Now the perimeter of the base is going to be, what this one's up here is 15 as well, right? Because it's the same thing. So the perimeter is all the sides, so 15 plus 9 plus a 12. So the perimeter is going to be 36. Okay. Then I have to find the area of that base. So I need to find the area of this base. Okay. So that's a triangle. So the area of the base is going to be 1/2 base times the height. Okay. But that's a triangle, so my base here for this part is going to be 9, and my height of that triangle of the base is going to be 12. So don't get confused with the lettering. So it's 1/2 times your base, which is 9, times your height, which is 12. So that is so that is 54. Okay. So now the surface area here is going to be your HP, and your H is represented by the height between your bases plus 2 times your B. So your height, okay, is going to be 16. Your perimeter is going to be 36. And then 2 times your area of your base, which is 54. So 16 times 36 is going to be 576. And then 2 times 54, which is going to be 108. So that's going to be 684 meters squared. Okay, let's look at another one here. Alrighty, so the height here, okay, so the height between bases, if you're trying, what you're looking for is a base that's the same. So it's not really going to always be at the bottom, but this side over here, and then this back side back here, right? Those are the same figure. So those are actually going to be considered your bases. Okay, so those bases are trapezoids. Okay, so the height between the bases is going to be this 9. So this 9 right here is going to be your height between your bases. Okay, so now the perimeter of your base. Okay, so our height between bases is going to be 9. The perimeter of the base is going to be what? Okay, so remember we're looking here. Okay, so this would be 18, this would be 13, 13. So 18 plus 13 plus 13 plus 10. So that should give me 54 millimeters. Okay, then the area of that base, okay, is going to be 1/2 your height times your base 1 plus your base 2. So 1/2 times your height, which is 12.4, times your base 1, which is 10, plus your base 2, which is 18. So that should give you, what, 173.6? Okay, so now your surface area is the height between bases times the perimeter plus the area of the base times 2. Sorry, left that 2 out. So 9 times 54 is going to give you 486 plus 347.2. So that's 833.2 millimeters squared. Okay. All right, cylinders are going to be our next figure here. So this is a cylinder. All right, so cylinders, you're going to have to get your lateral area as well. And so your lateral area is going to be 2 times pi r squared. Sorry, 2 times pi r times your height. Then you're going to have to take the, find the area of each circle. So the area of each circle is going to be pi r squared, so times 2. So the surface area is going to be 2 times pi r squared plus now your 2 times pi r times your h. Okay? Alright, let's do an example here. Okay, so if I wanted to find the surface area of this cylinder, okay, so I'm going to have 2 times pi times your radius, which is 11. Okay, plus 2 times pi times your radius times your height. Okay, so 2 times pi times 121 plus 2 times pi times 11 times 26. So that should give you 2557.26, and we're in units, yards squared. Okay, so now let's look at pyramids. Okay, so pyramids are going to have a flat base. Okay, so here we're going to have a slant height. Okay, so your slant height is going to be your L. Okay, your B is going to be your area of the base. And your P again is going to be the perimeter of the base. Sorry, those are going to be pyramids. Okay. Okay, so the formula we have to find our lateral area. So our lateral area is going to be 1/2 the slant height times the perimeter of the base. Okay, so your surface area is going to be 1/2 times your L times your P, so your slant height times the perimeter plus the area of the base. Okay? Alright, so let's look at an example here. Okay, so here we've got a slant height of 11.7, so that's my slant height, my L. Okay, we've got a square at the bottom, so the perimeter of your base there, the perimeter of the base is going to be 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, so that's going to be a 32. Okay, and then the area of the base is just going to be the base squared. Okay, so the surface area is going to be 1/2 your lateral area, which is, lateral, your tilted slant here, times 32 plus 8 squared. So that's going to be what? 187.2 plus a 64, which is going to be 251.2 meters squared. Okay. All right, let's do another one here. All right. So here we're going to have to, we've got our slant height, which is 12.2. Okay. We also need to find the perimeter of the base. So the perimeter of the base is going to be 7 plus 7 plus 7. So the perimeter of that base is going to be 21 centimeters. Okay. The base is going to be, the area of the base is going to be 1/2. 1/2 times your base times your height, which is going to be 1/2 times your base, which is 7, times that height, which is 6.1. So that's going to be 21.35. So now the surface area here is going to be 1/2 times 12.2 times 21 plus 21.35. So the surface area here is going to be 149.45 centimeters squared. Okay, so prisms. So now last one is going to be our cones. Okay, so a cone will be a circle, which is basically what it is, an ice cream cone with a little triangle at the top pretty much. So we're going to have to find the lateral area, which is going to be pi times your r times your L, and your L is your slant height. Okay, and of course your r is your radius. Okay, so we're going to still find the area of the bottom. Okay, which is going to be your pi r squared, but we don't have to multiply it times 2. So pi r squared, then plus your lateral area, which includes your slant height. Okay, so this is our cones. Alright, let's look at an example here. So, I know the diameter of the cone is going to be 27, so the radius of that is going to be 13.5. Okay, so the radius is going to be 13.5. Okay, the slant height there is going to be, so the L is going to be 32.9. Okay, so we're going to have surface area of pi r squared, so pi times 13.5 squared, plus your pi times your radius, which is 13.5, times, is it 32.9? So 13.5 squared, so that's going to be 182.25 times pi, 13.5 times 32.9, 444.15 pi. So 626.4 pi. So multiply that times pi. And that's roughly 1967.9 millimeters squared. Okay. Alrighty. That is all of the surface areas of our figures. Alright, so I want y'all to finish up those worksheets and have a great day.